Sagittarius, how are you? I had to let you know we had to add a little bit of light in here just because of the time of the day that it is. So I hope that it turns out okay for the cards. It's not too overexposed. How have you all been, Sagittarius? I hope you're doing well. I hope things have worked out for the best so far for your summer plans, for your routines and your relationships. As always, I wish you all the best in understanding joy and abundance, all the good things, right? We're asking Tarot to give messages for Sagittarius for mid-July 2017. What are the healing messages? What are any hidden messages? What are stuck energies? Okay, healing and hidden messages. Two of Pentacles. Do you have a little bit too much on your plate right now, Sagittarius? Is you kind of burning the candle at both ends, so to speak? This is a big number 2 when it comes up in Pentacles, because the 2 in numerology regarding decision, when it comes to the Pentacle, it's like these are very important decisions, and there's sometimes like things that might be taken for granted, or like they might almost like get the situation where it seems too easy to be right, and those sorts of situations. So I have a feeling some of you are going to be evaluating certain things when it comes to picking a path, or, you know, on the Monday level, because it is Pentacles, right? This could be like choosing between this or that. Simply like if you're at a store making like, you know, something that's worth a couple hundred or a couple $1,000, something that's meaningful, it's going to be in your life for like, you know, at least 5-10 years. You want to make sure you get it exactly how you want it, and no compromising, kind of. And that's just kind of the feeling that came with that card. And the way it went. It started out with having too much on your plate. So there probably is, Sagittarius, a number of you that are feeling like, okay, I need to eliminate certain things in order to make my time most productive, you know, and maybe even simplify things, like the art of simplification, just to get what you need to get done, like streamlining almost, making sure it's, you know, straight. But that was just a flipper and a popper. Sagittarius, please, as always, set your intention for this reading. Remember, the readings are for entertainment purposes only. Please set your intention, and thank you guys so much for all your views and for receiving these messages. Let's see what Tarot has to say in the overall energy. Card number 8, Strength. All right, and with Sun and Leo, there have been a lot of signs that are receiving this card in different positions in the spread. For you guys, it's up in your overall energy, and it's good to see this card here. This means that there is a level of health that comes through you moving into or through a situation that is currently, you know, at your doorstep, or you're currently in it right now. For some of you, this will mean career. For some of you, it will mean love. Whatever that intention that you set, this card is saying, have strength in the knowingness that you can bring about this change. You can bring about the answer to what you want, as long as you're willing to have the strength to let go of any expectation of how it might turn out, right? She's kind of back to back with the Lion, yet there's no real eye contact that's going on there either. So it might be a situation where you feel like things are a bit of a guessing game right now, or like nobody's giving you any like real tangible solid evidence or foundations to go on at this time. And it's like I almost feel like you're having to make your own way in a lot of situations, and this is taking incredible strength, and it's good that it's with you at this time. I feel, Sagittarius, let that fiery energy, let that passion, and if you do have some shared aspects in Leo, allow this card to really push you through these next couple weeks with a lot of energy to sort of like get you over the hump, get you into a position where you're feeling more comfortable and less of that guessing game, is what I'm seeing with that card in particular. All right, let's get into it now. We start out in the root chakra area. Oh, wow, we got number 15, the Devil. So the messages are coming big time, right, with these major arcana showing up. We had number 8, and now we have number 15. This lets me know that there are certain Sagittarians that are dealing with addictions at this time, or are in a place where they're feeling captivated, not as free as they should be feeling. So this could be due to some negative circumstances that may have left some of you really hard up for cash. This could be circumstances where you were like maybe at the hand of your own destructive personality for a little while, in terms of, you know, maybe letting certain things go. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's all doom and gloom. this card here just lets me know that on a physical level, some of you are feeling bound to something. It's almost like this could even be somebody falsely accusing you, and you have like no way, like it's just like it's not in a courts by any means, but this just could be something that is occurring socially, and you're just like you're having really tough time defending yourself or justifying your cause or your innocence when if somebody is like kind of nagging at you or falsely accusing you. Those types of energies, we like to disperse of them, to shatter them for the thin veil that they are as soon as we can and as soon as they arrive in our environment, because they will consistently try and draw power out of you where it's like you have the ability to just tell it no, to give it nothing, right? And we have to make sure that whatever that is in between yourself and doing those things, you have to quickly move through them so that you can put the proverbial boot down. When the foot comes down, you're the one that's saying no more. I'm not allowing this to affect my life, my environment, my loved ones anymore. Okay, there could be cross-watching as always. The mundane of this card to me is just heavy level things that people do to themselves because there is a lack of awareness or there is a lack of listening to the body or understanding the goal or the needs here. So for some of you, you may need to find professional medical assistance with certain things if you're feeling like maybe the digestive just hasn't been, where it should be or where you remember it. And it's like maybe it's time to go in and have things checked out and make sure that you're kind of functioning at a level of health you would like to be. And if you are in a position of good health, just kind of ignore that message and see this card more so of like, let's make sure that we're listening to our body. We're doing what it wants, right? Sort of thing. Just not always what our mind can lead us into, all right? That's a heavy duty card to see there. But it's helpful healing energies, right? That's the intention of the reading, both giving and receiving. So we're not going to open up any can of worms other than what the traditional meaning of that card is. All right. Eight of Pentacles. What we have here, this one style up, this could be a simple workaholism, right? I said any addictive tendencies, Sagittarius, at this time that you might be feeling. And Eight of Pentacles can certainly be indicative of that one, right? This is good earth energy, though. This is not always negative. And you know, if you're listening to this and you're like, oh my God, that's me, like I feel that, then you know, right? We don't have to go into it any further. But for those of you that see Eight of Pentacles or see yourself maybe on an entrepreneurial side of thing, a Tom Petty, the future is wide open kind of thing, right? I would like to take this moment to address the harmony that we sometimes very much struggle to have between our personal time and the time we go out to make our money in the world or to live our careers. That's a tough balance. There can be this place that we like to be where it's like we don't always want to go out and be a part of the rat race, yet there's certain responsibilities, or the social conditioning around us is so powerful that we have to do it in order to have a leg up, to stay upwardly mobile in society. So there's this tearing of it, right? These eights, there's the two sides. So it's and these circles don't cross over. It's almost like it's separate. It's tough, and it's seeming sometimes like it can go on forever. This could be Sagittarians that are looking for their lucky break or looking for that last inspirational step, whether it be through music or art or some sort of entrepreneurial idea that you have to break these chains of the like working for the man cycle, so to speak, right? And if you're doing both and you are burning the candle at both ends, right? These cards could be indicating that if you're not feeling the strength, if you're not feeling the strength behind it, it may be time to take a break. It may be, it's like gamers will relate to this. You play a video game and you can't figure it out. Then you put it to bed and then you wake up in the morning and you turn it on the first time and you go and you accomplish the task or the thing, and it's just because you let it be for a little while. For some Sagittarius, that's going to be imperative. And the keys to recognizing or being in awareness of when that's happening is when it's like, when you try again, you're consistently like, oh, that didn't work. When you're finding that within your projects or within what you're doing, it may be time to set it aside, maybe just for a week or so, just like completely put it out of your mind, block it out of your system, and feel rejuvenated because you've withdrawn from it. Okay, this attachment, right? Attachment, bondage, it all means kind of the same thing. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, and I feel, Sagittarius, that you guys have had a little bit of trouble coming into your own. You've had a little bit of trouble maybe being yourself in certain situations where you are not in your comfort bubble. It's good that you come out, right? And it's good that we sort of like prepare and manage yourself for any situation that may come along when you put yourself into it. And this is like probably speaking to the love side of things for some people, right? And again, we've got this like Leo and this lion energy. So there could be some things going on within the fire signs where it's like there are certain relationship aspects where it's like maybe you understand each other so well, or you're so much like each other that it's like sometimes it creates a little bit of friction, a little bit too much fire. Like when the fire burns so hot you can't even see the flame anymore. It's just like it's just a wave of like infrared, like that kind of thing. With this King of Wands in your reversed in your solar plexus area, in your intuitive willpower type situations, I do think that diet needs to be managed a little bit better. And what you're putting into your body definitely needs to be managed on a more acute level, or a more micro level, right? I don't know whether for some that just means calorie counting, or making sure you're getting enough certain proteins and fibers each day, and maybe not taking in too many of the things that just accumulate, right? We want to stay fresh. We want to stay sort of light and liberated in an awakened planet energy. So we really have to like kind of manage ourselves. And I know it's easy to get into that routine where it's like, I'm just going to stop for some Starbucks or for some Mickey D's on the way home. And, damn, it tastes good. It's really good. But then at the end of the day, you're like, wow, it was overpriced. Maybe I didn't feel so good. It just wasn't the best experience. It's not like I remember it when I was a kid. That kind of thing, right? This King of Wands reverse, it almost kind of feels like from time to time, you guys aren't even feeling like yourself. It's almost like it's strange to me, and it's hard for me to see in it, like where you guys could be, as far as like if you're not are you not just being social, or are you just like pretty focused on yourself at this time, which is okay, right? And we see a lot of that with the Eight of Pentacles, like a narrow focus, right? But and it's, well, like intuitively, I think you guys know that you need to sort of manage things a little bit better, like you're used to. Getting back into like healthy habits that you have let go of, or you maybe just forgot about these things. Like you got feeling better again, and then you just forgot, kind of thing, right? And maybe it is. Maybe you're just having one too many cigars, or maybe one too many glasses of wine, and it just like doesn't lead to the best of judgment, right? Where it's like, what we have here as a clarifier in the Two of Wands with the King of Wands is just saying, like, you're trying to make up your mind about something. There is a decision. We saw it in the jumper with the Pentacles. Now it's showing up in Wands. So whatever it is that this decision hinges on, maybe it's, joining into a business venture, like a true partnership. And it could be with someone of the opposite sex. It doesn't necessarily have to be. But for some, it's like entering into a partnership. There is like, you're almost is like the decision is upon you to do something that is very binding and could be for long term. So any contractual agreements, you're going to want to make sure, Sagittarius, that you've read all the fine print, or that it definitely, you have the strength to make it either fit into your schedule, or make darn sure that it actually does fit into your schedule and into your hopes and dreams too, right? Whenever you choose to like turn around and take a look at it. Is this truly, you're asking yourself, is this truly what you want, right? And it's kind of interesting. Some of you, it'll be a straight up promotion to a management gig, and you'll say yes, or you'll say no. And if you say yes, yeah, you'll get a little bit more money, but you're going to get a lot more responsibility. And then it's just like, wow, you're going to be entering into a whole new level, or what's seeming like a different chapter of life, right? Okay, let's look at see what's going on in the heart for Sagittarius. Five of Wands reversed. Okay, so this could be an ease of competition. This could be somebody sort of finally laying off a person, right? When we come back to this plot line of like, have you been falsely accused? Has someone tried to like spoil your reputation or paint your rainbow gray, right? Why did all of that occur in those messages? This Five of Wands up in your heart is just saying, don't worry, this energy is subsiding. This person is like almost like giving it their best shot, and they see that it's just like it's not working out, or there was no probability of solving said problem, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It was like somebody was looking for a long shot here, and it could be like when it comes to like getting what you want. And for some of you, it carries some sexual energy, but for a lot of you, I feel that it's like sort of like more corporate, more climbing the ladder, or more, jockeying for positions of power within social circles. And that's heavy duty stuff. Like this card is just like, to me right now, fanning the flames of this one, saying this fire isn't going to spread over here. There's air energy coming in, pushing it that way, right? Because this is a lessening of conflict. This card in this position is a lessening maybe of a divided heart, or maybe this could be for some Sagittarians where they're battling like what their heart wants versus what their mind wants in these situations where we had the Two of Wands, we had the Two of Pentacles, right? If this is a heart and mind conflict and being true to yourself, this is simple, right? It's saying go within. You'll have to go within to find these answers. And I would do it before making the decision, whatever that means to you, Sagittarius. Because it's a big one. And then it's, it's saying that you're going to need strength to do it either way, whether you take action or do not take action. It's saying like you should or need to be prepared to exude a lot of strength, and whether it's in confidence, in physical being, or just in mental, spiritual, intangible strength that you need to have in order to go through with a contract or a lack of a contract, something of that nature, okay? Go within. And if somebody's really bugging you, if something is really nagging at you, go ask spirits and the angels for guidance, for help through this, okay? It's very important that if we're feeling that we're being persecuted, or we're feeling that, somebody is out to get us, or that kind of thing. And I don't like to talk about these things at length because it's not really what this channel's about, but tarot messages are so real, and I promise you guys readings, so that's what you get. And sometimes you get this card, right? So we have to go within to find out why that is. Are we able to let go of it? And are we able to get some assistance, angelic or from spirit or otherwise, for whatever is persecuting us to like be gone, to be out of our life, right? And that's a real tricky one, because sometimes those are the types of energies that can last for quite a while, months into years, right? And it's showing up in a little mini reading and for your general reading in your heart chakra area. So if you've been feeling pissed off, Sagittarius, or like your fight is against the world and nobody's seeing things your way, it may be time to go within for a reflection, for a regeneration, a repurposing. Like I said, the video game thing. If you're beating your head against the wall, go have a nap for a little while, and then maybe the next time you come and hit your head on the wall, you'll shatter all the bricks and it'll all make sense, right? That kind of thing. All right. So, it's showing up repeatedly. Three of Wands reversed now, up in communication, right? Because a lot of you, I have a feeling you have trouble finding anybody you feel comfortable talking to this about, right? Or talking about yourself to potentially at this time, right? Who do you share your hopes and your goals and your dreams with, right? We're kind of evaluating is like, do they share the same hopes and goals and dreams? Like if this is a lover, and for those of you in a relationship, some of you could be evaluating that or thinking about that. Or when I'm on my own, is what I'm doing in accordance with following my hopes and my dreams here, or am I just spinning my wheels? Am I just robbing Peter to pay Paul? Am I just putting off the tax man one more day? That kind of thing, right? And those sort of waking up energies, they're not meant to be alarming energy, but they're meant to be awakening energies to make you aware. Three of Wands wants you to see everything, right? It wants you to see, don't pick on the minute, right? Because sometimes our feelings and our thoughts can be displaced. It could be like something else completely that's bothering us, but we're 100% convinced that it's that, right? Or this one other thing, and then the other thing, it just doesn't seem to be working right, and other people are like, why are you being this way towards it? And it's like, oh, maybe that isn't the problem. Maybe that's not what it is. So talk it out with yourself if you need to, right? And through prayer. Prayer is a beautiful way. When you're connecting with Source through prayer, you're also connecting with your higher self, because it's like, it's there. You're hearing the words. You're hearing your own inner being, your own spirit, relaying your gratitude and asking for fulfillment from your inner self. So it's very great for you to hear it. It definitely gets stored, and the more often you do it, the more often you realize what is in harmony, what is in accordance with what you're working for, and what absolutely is not, right? So We'll just leave that at that. Okay. We got a lot of fire energy up here in this reading, Sagittarius. So it's like, it's going to feel very natural, I feel. But there are these changes that you might be making, or these, when we asked, like, we kind of went really deep when we asked for the hidden and the healing messages to come up. Like, somebody really needed this. But for a lot of Sagittarians, I feel you'll be in your element, in your zone, feeling yourself, right? Enjoying this time. Because it'll almost feel like people are coming up to your energetic level for a little while. And everybody's going to be pretty hyper, is the feeling I have for the collective coming in through this next couple weeks as we go into August. Okay, let's have a look here. And so this is better, right? This is somebody understanding or moving through their own feelings at this time. This is somebody who is becoming emotionally self-aware. And this is a beautiful card to see here, because when the Knight of Cups just kind of comes prancing in, just all, you know, like cool, calm, and collected, and that's that natural feeling I think that you guys are going to have. Here's the balance to all this fire, you know, and earth that's up in your reading, but mostly all this fire is like a big dose of water now coming in at this chakra level, which means this could be a real go-to point for Sagittarius, where it comes to like being aware of your journey, being awake to your own emotions and how you are in control or reactive at these times, is the liberation I feel that's coming to put the flames out here in this card, right? There's going to be a situation where it's going to seem almost as simple as that, whether it's saying goodbye to a friend that may be a little bit confused, or you may just have to be very sort of maybe stingy with your time a little bit, Sagittarius, for certain people that are not helping or promoting your cause. It's okay. You don't have to worry about it. You know, you don't have to, like, because, you know, what was that song? Life is life. La 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 la, life is life, right? Everybody gets that essence of like the ebb and flow, or the togetherness and apart. And if somebody is encroaching on your space, and it's just like, you may just have to gently tell them, like, I'm over here with this right now, I'm doing this right now. Look, can we make some time down the road, or can we maybe just say that, you know, things haven't worked out thus far, and maybe it's time that we just said goodbye. And, you know, it doesn't mean forever, but just, you know, I need to be for a few years, you know, that sort of thing. Maybe a conversation coming up like that. But Sagittarius, it's a good card of balance. Pay attention to any signs you're receiving when you see people in your environment being emotional. If you have a situation where maybe you see somebody crying, or you see people laughing, right? Try not to have that same automatic response that you have to it the last maybe 99 times you've seen a lady crying, or you've seen a bunch of kids laughing, right? And you might wake up to a whole just like, okay, now I am aware of this sort of autonomic response when I'm perceiving other people's emotions. And then you will get into some very revealing and releasing and liberating energies when you start to look at yourself on those levels. Okay, so that was up in the third eye, in the soul searching, kind of the pineal gland area, where it's like it all makes, you know, perfect quantum sense, but it really is so hard to be in that while alive. Kind of, this is the only way I can say it. The Ascended Masters, for sure, they're there, they have done it, they are there, they are already there, right? They're there. Okay, Six of Swords in from Crown Chakra, Sagittarius. And here we go. Not a bad card to have. It says mentally you're just like going to push through. You're going to have the strength to push through this mentally, kind of as you always do. I have a feeling you're not going to let your feelings get in the way. And when it comes to this decision, maybe some of you were struggling with like that heart versus mind emotion. It's almost saying like logic is favoring you versus you maybe passionately chasing an old way. Right? That's kind of a clear message that I see as we reveal that card at the very top of the reading in from Crown. This is smooth, still waters. What makes you happy? What makes you comfortable? What works for you? What doesn't? And you guys are going to be streamlining that, because right, that Two of Pentacles at the start. You'll be cutting things. Don't be surprised if you're cutting things out. Don't be worried if you're like kind of maybe pulling things in a little bit that are more meaningful to you. And with the energies high, there could even be certain people that are changing living arrangements, agreements, and things like that, right? So on that level. Okay. All right, Sagittarius, we're through the tarot reading. That was awesome, dude. I checked into you guys, and wow, I see we got some pretty wild cards up here. I want to get into this capstone. Because I've been reading from the book for the capstone, I feel like I can just pull out of the cards, and we'll just go with what you guys got two. I felt like one in my hand, but we can just pull out of that, right? And then Oracle does the rest. Right? It's so nice. Okay. Exchanging gifts and between worlds. One of the other signs had this up. I'm not going to tell you because I don't 100% remember. If you're cross-watching and it pops up again, yay, that's awesome for you guys. And this other card, number 3, between worlds. I'll tell you what, guys, number 3 has been so crazy. Since I started doing the other little videos at the round table, the number 3 has been popping up for me everywhere. Like, I notice it especially at work and on the golf course, but there's just trifectas coming in left, right, and center. That is a magical number through and through, right? Some of you get on the 11 train. Some people are on the 1, 2, 3, 4 train, right? Let's go back to the very basics. Number 3, and I want to get started on that one. That's awesome. Bear with me while I find my page here. Number 3, between worlds. Transitions. Not being quite out of one situation and fully engaged in another. Temporary blindness, or what they call no man's land. Between the worlds is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time when you are unable to see what's ahead. Cultivate curiosity and trust the process of change and growth. You are done learning the lessons of recent experience. In this place between what was and what will be is a state of making and unmaking and then making again. What is essential now is to admit that you don't know. There is great freedom and power to be unleashed. A mystery that is not yours to understand weaves the web of life with a divine matrix of consciousness greater than your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires, or decisions. The seeds that were planted in the past begin to take root, but what surfaces will probably not be what you expected. When you are between worlds, you are invited to see with curious eyes of a child glimpsing a rainbow for the first time. Do so and you will not be disappointed. Wow. Look at that. Interesting, the contrast and the structure in that card with the flamingo. The flamingo is, I'm too far north to really be associated on a personal level with flamingo, but I'm sure flamingo is beautiful. I gotta get to the zoo. But anyways, sorry guys, between worlds, it's like, if you can imagine yourself, if your life is a TV show, like almost like Truman Show or that one other one that they did, it's like, what would you change? How would you direct it, right? If you had the lottery winnings, if you had all that, what would you change? What would be different? And how much different is it actually than it is today? Are we longing for something that is not like truly ours to long for? Or we may already have it, but we just don't see it in one form or another, okay, with that expectation thing going up. All right, I'm quickly going to read for you 27, Exchanging Gifts. What a cool card with Kitty and Ballerina there. The laws of giving and receiving. Currency, trade-offs, weighing costs, and determining value. You are entering into a productive and enriching time when all manner of opportunities are being offered to you. You have everything you need to seize them. Yet in order to honor them, you must put in the time, exchange your experience and skills, and commit heart and soul to what you're choosing to pursue. You can do it. You have what it takes to be successful if you align with the law of giving and receiving. You must engage in the dance of give and take, push and pull, doing and being. If you let fear guide your choices, you could deplete yourself or create an imbalance. It is not a time to just do. Use your currency wisely and be mindful of the value that others bring into your life, right? And I saw what value the others bring into your life. That's going to be a little bit under the microscope for you, Saggy. I'm so happy you guys joined me, and I thank you so much for checking out these readings. Know that I love you all, and we'll see you next time.